Hello once again and welcome back to Trails from Zero. We're gonna try to make it to the end of chapter 1 today. I'm also trying a little something different in the background and hopefully you guys don't notice. I'm recording with a fan on in the room. Usually don't do that because audio, but it is super hot. We're under an intense heat wave warning this week in Texas. Temperatures way over 100 during the day. That's over 40 Celsius for all you non-Americans. Fun fact, Western Trails uses Fahrenheit canonically. You can thank Hexseed using it in one line in FC. Is this the fork in the road you were talking about, Tio? Can't say I noticed any traces of a wolf around here. It's possible it may have moved elsewhere again. I know the path to the left will take us to Mainz, but I'm not so sure about the right. Based on the database's information, details on that path are unknown. It might prove beneficial to investigate it for the CPD's records. Yeah, might as well. Let's check it out before committing to Mainz. To the right we go. Leave me alone, monsters. Don't delay this episode. Oh, you know what? I think I have debug on. I think I totally forgot to turn it off. How do I check that again? System. Fun fact, you can turn debug off from this settings menu, but in the modern builds, you can't turn it on from here. You have to know the trick, which I'm sure a lot of you do know. I should go over here. I think the monster's over here, actually. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Exterminate. Wow, and we got a crit to start. Do I have access to it? No, I don't. Why not? Oh, no, we can only get one. That sucks. Thank you, Randy. We're done here. Exterminated monster on Mainz mountain path. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to pause and run back to the city and turn that in. Alright, I'm back. And I ranked up, actually, on that one request. Can't remember what rank I hit. Was it like... I don't remember. Whatever. I kind of sped through it. I think there should be chests over in this corner. Yeah. Look at that monster running away. EP charge. And a tear bomb. Chest messaging rates may apply. Inside the chest, you discovered the secret city of Crossbell. I believe those are both submitted by users. By the way, for people that are wondering about Azure chests, yeah, there's going to be a form. I don't know when it's going to go up, but it'll go up. Rosenberg Studio. What is this place? Something certainly feels off about it. It almost strikes me as abandoned, but it looks like someone's living here. Oh, check it out. Rosenberg Studio, keep out. Rosenberg? Does that ring any bells, Ellie? Yes, it does. It's a very famous doll studio known for making many valuable antiques. I've been told there's an extremely talented doll maker living here. Dang, who knew a place like that would be all the way out here? I have actually heard of that name before. If I'm not mistaken, his dolls are usually sold at auctions for extraordinarily high prices. That's true. I've only seen a few pieces of his work, and the price is certainly warranted. I can't help but agree with Randy. I knew he operated around Crossbell, but I'd never have guessed it'd be from such a remote place. A talented doll maker, you said. The sign is any indication, he's not very open to strangers. Would he even be willing to speak with us in the first place? If you're looking for Grandpa, he's not here. Hello, Ren. Huh? A girl? Where'd she come from? Could she be living at the studio? Good day, everyone. Who might you four be? Have you some business with the studio? About that. There's no need to be suspicious of us. We're with the Crossbell Police Department. Oh, you're police officers? Funny, I've never seen the police wander outside the city before. Are you patrolling this area now? Not exactly. You see, we didn't come here on an official patrol. Actually, we were hoping to ask someone about the local monsters. Monsters? What kind of monsters are you curious about? They're canines. Wolves, we think. Has your grandfather talked about monsters like that before? I'm afraid not, miss. But I do think I heard some howling in the distance earlier. Could that have been the wolves that you were looking for? It's definitely possible. You said your grandfather is away, so does that mean the studio is empty? Yes, that's correct. He did tell me that he would return late in the evening, though. Really? We can't stay to wait on him. I know he already told you, but I want to stress this. There are extremely dangerous monsters running around here. Would you mind staying in the studio until your grandfather comes back? It would give us some peace of mind, at least. I don't mind, but I think following you all would be much more entertaining. What? You're playing tag with that big bad wolf, aren't you? Or is hide and seek a better description? Either way, it looks quite fun. I'm almost jealous of you. I suppose that's one way of putting it. You got spunk, kid. Hold on. We're still not 100% sure what we're chasing down, so taking you along is completely out of the question. I'm sorry. Again, would you mind staying inside for us? How boring. If only he was repaired. Then I wouldn't be so bored. Oh well, perhaps I should leave it at that for today and go mess with Freckles a bit more. Or maybe playing in the glass castle would be a better choice. Mess with who? What is this glass castle? I'm simply talking to myself. Oh, silly me. I haven't even introduced myself. Please, call me Ren. In truth, there's someone else I would love to introduce you to. But unfortunately, his right leg was broken and is being patched up by Grandpa right now. I'm sorry to hear that. Is she talking about one of her dolls or something? This wolf seems to be quite the smarty pants. I wanted to play with him for a bit, but I'm already a grown-up. I won't be too selfish this time. Special support section, keep up the hard work, okay? Thanks? You be careful now, Ren. I like how she just disappears. I don't know if that's intentional, like you don't even see her go to the front door. I don't know what's up with that. She was quite the unique one, wasn't she? Is she actually the granddaughter of the famous Rosenberg doll maker? Guess so. She was strangely mature for her age, don't you think? I thought she was simply adorable. Her ambiguous way of speaking might just be a part of her charm. Lloyd, did I say something wrong? What's with that look on your face? Are you worried about Ren's safety? No, that's not it. Right before she left, didn't she refer to us as the special support section? Oh, now that you mention it, we didn't introduce ourselves as such, did we? How the hell a little girl like her know about us? Well, it's possible that she recognized us through the Crossbell Times, and if that's the case, it's not unlikely she'd know who we are. Still, I think there's more to her than meets the eye. I concur. Anyway, it doesn't look like the wolves have made their way up here. Let's head back for now and keep making our way towards Mainz. Yes, let's. So fun fact, this exchange here, where Lloyd notices that they never introduced themselves as the SSS. This is partially what inspired the log being as big as it is, because when we first started testing it out, the log didn't hold nearly as many messages as it does now. It was like 50 or something originally, and it was just enough to where the part where they introduced themselves would cut off in this conversation, and you couldn't open the log and go back and confirm what Lloyd is saying is true. So when that got brought up, it got changed from 50 to 500, and now the log is enormous. Rosenberg Studio, keep out. The gate is firmly shut. Also, fun fact, that's a texture edit. This, oh my god, this texture in Zero no Kiseki is like the worst. For one, Rosenberg is spelled with a Z for some reason instead of an S. But then the keep out part is, it's in Romaji. It's Japanese in Romaji. It says Tokito Desune in English letters. It's so stupid. I hate it so much. That was a big one where I was like, oh, that's getting nuked. Why did Falcom put this on this texture? But yes, obviously Ren is in the game. As if it wasn't super obvious from Sky the Third and Stardorf 15. Remember when she, when she was with Potter Mater, she was like, let's go to Crossbell. Yeah. And obviously her friend with the broken leg would be Potter Mater himself. The big lad's injured. I don't know how or why. I'm not sure if that's ever explained. I don't think it's still like a remnant from SC, which was the last time we saw him used for real. Phantasma doesn't count. That's not the real Potter Mater. Oh, there's a fishing spot back there. I should go back. That doesn't count, so somewhere along the line, they had to get him fixed. I almost feel bad reeling fish away from such a perfect view. Almost. I don't even remember writing that. Let's use these dumplings and see what I get. If anything. Nope. Try an earthworm. I got a rock eater. On we go. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. I just remembered there's gonna be a fun little challenge towards the end of this chapter that's going to test my knowledge to where I might not get perfect DP and I might have to reload things. A tunnel, huh? Thing looks sturdy enough to not collapse on us, so that's good. Though I get the feeling this place was used to mine septium, don't you think? Yeah, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. If I remember my history, these tunnels were constructed just before Crossbell became an autonomous state. In that case, this tunnel dates back 70 years ago. Then again, Crossbell has a reputation for being rich in septium, right? Correct. So rich that the Empire and the Republic would have wars over it. Septium yields are still bountiful to this day, making it one of Crossbell's most valuable resources. But given the advancements in mining technology and the discovery of septium veins, it's not as alluring as it once was. Huh, I wasn't aware of that. Commerce really is the backbone of modern Crossbell, isn't it? No mistaking that one. There it is again! Thing must be real close, judging by the echo. Can you pinpoint its location, Tio? Of course. I've got it. I traced the sound waves to the exits of this tunnel. Good work. Let's go. Yeah, there's a big DP challenge at the end of this chapter, which is not the best. And part of it might be like writing and editing. But we tried really hard to get it to where it's clear, but it's one of those like weird things where it feels like Falcom experimented and then they didn't do anything else like it in the game or in OW in terms of like a sort of like weird investigative word puzzle they have you solve. And even in Japanese, it's not really clear. I remember before release, we threw it at Shanji, the translator of East Versus, and we were like, okay, you do this in Japanese blind and then do it in English and see if it makes sense. And even he had his like qualms about the way Falcom had designed it. I don't remember this path. Huh, there's some kind of shortcut to Mainz? I'm not sure. I don't see it on the map. Regardless, the sound did not come from this direction. Should we turn back? Yeah, we have to chase that echo. So we can't go there. I just want to get that little scene. There is another path out of this this tunnel that we'll have to explore later. But hopefully it doesn't go too poorly. I guess I could cheese it out a little bit and grab my phone if I really needed to. It's one of those things where like I know the correct answers to that investigation. Like I know the logic, it's just the way Falcom kind of organized it is confusing. I guess you could say the contents of this chest add up to 0. Oh, monster chest. These guys are assholes if you're not overleveled. New Game Plus. I'm pretty sure they have Death Blow, and that's their problem. Oh, I should have taken the opportunity to go to the hotel and get my CP back. We'll do that in Mainz. There'll be a little inn there. Yeah, let's go art. How about Brave Smash? Try to get these 3. Take that one out. Nice. Good job, Tio. Engineer boots. Police brutality. Ooh. Some stuff in this game didn't age so well. Did you notice that there's an NPC in downtown named Corona? Oof. Trails from Zero for a game that's 10 years old became strangely topical this year. By complete coincidence. Hey, there it is. Grr. Listen, I'm not going to do the wolf noises that hard, but if I wanted to, I could still do them better than they are in Japanese. Yeah, as those of you who have played this game with the Evo voice lines know, the wolf is completely voiced with like a regular Japanese dude, just like going brrr, grrr, wolf. It's really ridiculous. That streak of white fur, it's just like the legendary divine wolf. Whoa, finally decided to come out and play, huh? No way you're getting away now. Come on, let's hurry and neutral. Wait a moment, please. I do not sense any hostility. Yeah? Let me handle this, please. Wait, Tio! You out of your mind? Calm down. I will be fine. We finally meet. I feel as though you've been seeking us. Is there perhaps a message you wish to relay? Grrr. Is that so? My hypothesis was essentially correct then. Tio? You can understand it? More or less. What is your message? Grr, wolf. Oh, that means... I think it just barked, but like the voice line didn't play. I guess that's tied to the setting or something. He's like a freaking mountain goat. What do you say, Tio? It definitely seemed like he was trying to tell us something. I could only piece it together from his nuances. The final fragment lies ahead. The rest is in your hands. That should be it. The final fragment? Indeed, that is as much as I could understand. Whether we decide to believe him or not is our decision, though. Well, yeah, that goes without saying. The final fragment lies ahead. In other words, are we near the last piece of info we need about the attacks? Wait a minute. Let's assume Tio's translation is, in fact, true. Is it really fine to believe that wolf without any supporting evidence? Fair point. He and his friends are the perps behind the attack, yeah? Who gives a hoot if they're intelligent? They're probably trying to throw us for a loop. No, I disagree. I'm fairly positive that the wolf isn't one of our culprits. Really? You serious? What makes you think that? Well, something stood out to me. I think it's both. Well, is it the howl and the appearance? Or is it just the appearance? Give me a sec. I'm going to cheese it because I don't have to redo this for DP. I feel like it's just the appearance, though. Just based on the fact that it's going to contradict Lighten's statement to the SSS just a little bit. But I will confirm. But it might be both. That is correct. It is both. According to testimonies at Armorica and St. Ursula, there were no mentions of howling. Also, Lighton claims the wolf-like monsters that ambushed him on the hospital roof had a pitch black appearance. Now that you mention it... Lots of inconsistencies with our wolf pal. Right, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can cross him off our list of suspects. It's possible he's their leader and is commanding the black wolves to do his dirty work. Packs tend to have an alpha, so you may be right. Still, if he isn't responsible for the attacks, we need to adjust our thought process. There are now 2 different groups of wolves acting on their own. Yeah, that's a safe assumption. Not only that, but he may very well have been a divine wolf, like the one from the legends. And in that case, those black wolves, which we know squat about, are causing this whole mess. Yep, sure makes sense. I also feel like that is a likely scenario. And like I previously mentioned, I sense no hostility from the wolf. Yeah, I think I'm on board. The final fragment lies ahead. By ahead, do you think he was referring to Mainz? Yeah, I can't see what else it'd be. We're almost there, so let's keep pushing for a little longer, okay? Yes, let's. Ain't we forgetting something? The rest is in your hands? Kind of pretentious, isn't it? He too good to give us a paw? That may be true, actually. I did get the impression he was being condescending. Well, nothing we can do about that. Let's get back on track and put an end to this investigation. Right. I feel like we're on the cusp of making a breakthrough. And off we go. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it to the end of the chapter today. And I remembered why. It's because when you get to Mainz, there's a piece where they kind of make you talk to everyone in the entire town to advance the story. It's like, nah, just go around and talk to the NPCs. Have fun. Is there a chest over here? No, there's nothing over here. Well, there's this, but this doesn't matter. It appears to be an old mine. The door is firmly shut. I hate that. I'm going to change that text. That's not how we write system text. System text shouldn't say things like, it appears to blank, or it seems blank. That's a holdover. Reviving bomb. Your investigation into the theft of this chest comes up empty, much like the chest itself. You conveniently ignore the fact that you are the thief. I think there's one more up here, maybe? Oh, well, this is a dead end. Great. Actually, that might be it for this highway. Mainz, the mining village. I like the main song. It's really mellow. Mainz mining village. I'm going to point out that that truck looks like a cat on the front. Now you can't unsee it. You're welcome. A town filled with rich septium deposits. So this is Mainz. It is in a rather inaccessible place, is it not? Yeah, I gotta agree. It reminds me of our Morka village. Gap between here and the cities is nothing to laugh about. Yes. The mining operation looks to be more or less fully developed. Hold on. What's the deal with that black vehicle over there? Is it used for transporting septium deposits or something? Don't you think that's a little too heavy duty for something like that? It appears to be a special transport vehicle designed by the Empire's Reinfurt Company. Their latest model, on top of that. If it's that cutting edge, it must have cost a fortune. Perhaps it's the town mayor's private car? It's a possibility. Either way, we should try visiting him before anything else. Hopefully he can shed some light on circumstances regarding the monster attack here in Mainz. You can't interact with it. Right, let's try going to see the mayor. Hold on. Voices can be heard from behind the door. Is something wrong? Not really, but it sounds like the mayor is in the middle of something. Maybe he has visitors? Oh, you folks have business with the mayor? Yeah, we were looking for him. So we came to the right place after all. That's good news. Yep, this is the place. But you see, probably not a good time to barge in right now. Sounds like he's having a serious discussion with someone or another. A discussion about what? You know how the CGF pulled their forces from the area this morning? They didn't find any clues on the beast that attacked Mainz, so we were freaking out about what to do. As that was happening, some help showed up from the city. Help? Only one group comes to mind. The Bracers, probably. I don't know much, but I think they were coming up with countermeasures against the monsters. Now, I also don't know why you're here either, but I'd wait a bit before you see the mayor. What should we do? If he's busy, it'd be unprofessional to storm in on him now. Let's gather all the information we can around town and reconvene here later. I think that's all about we can do in this situation. Nothing likes to be clear-cut in this line of work, huh? Alright, talk to everyone in town. So let's start with like the furthest back corner, which would be this house down here. This would be Max. He was one of the people injured. I'm supposed to help Morrow learn the ropes, but I can't really do much with the sorry state I'm in. All of this is that damn mutt's fault. Next time it shows up, I'm gonna beat it silly with the dole into my shovel. That damn wolf bit me real good. Can't even afford to go to work with the state I'm in. Next time it shows up, I'm gonna beat it silly with the dole into my shovel. My husband was recently attacked by a monster on his way home from work. I'm just glad his wound isn't too serious. If I were him, I'd be thinking, I'm so lucky to get a few days off from work. I'll probably just read the first instances, make sure we exhaust everyone's dialogue. What's up, Logie? One of the miners was attacked by monsters not too long ago. His wounds weren't too serious, but he just was told to take a few days off just to be safe. Gosh, I wish that was me. Being able to sit in bed all day because of some little cuts would be a dream come true. I believe an old woman lives here. Ownership of Crossbell has long been disputed between Ereboni and Calvert. The septium produced here in Mainz has been one of the leading causes of that. Nowadays, Crossbell's prosperity comes from being Zamuria's leading trade center, but that doesn't mean septium mining isn't still important. You know about that locked tunnel outside of town, right? Apparently it's a long abandoned mine shaft. Doesn't that sound awesome? I really want to explore it someday. Then again, going anywhere near there would only put me on the mayor's bad side. An old abandoned mine like that, you just know there has to be some sort of secret treasure sleeping in there. Carlos, what's with the van parked at the front of town? I'm no expert on vehicles, but that van is obviously really nice. Just whose is it? Alright, let's head into the Der Ziegel. Whoops. One of my favorite characters right here, Luca. Welcome. If you want to order something, do it at the counter. What? Do you have business with me or something? If you want to order, could you do it at the counter? I'm busy preparing for tonight. Yeah, Luca's like such a sourpuss. I love her. Huh? I haven't seen you all before. From Crossbell City, I take it? Sorry to say, you did not come at a good time. Recently, wolf-like monsters have been rampaging through our town. They even hit our food storehouse near the front of town. Jeez, what's their deal? Alright, whoops. Just rest up, get all our CP. Hold on. I had to do it twice. Ho ho ho! This place truly deserves its reputation as the leading septium mining town on the entire continent. Of course, my lady. After all, you were able to strike quite the alluring deal with Mayor Pixon yesterday. As things stand, obtaining those beautiful septium crystals is only a matter of time. I was unsure of what to do, but no longer. I'll be staying here until those crystals are finally mine. So, this woman here, Felicia, she's like the daughter of an imperial merchant or something. She might also be of like nobility. I don't know. She stays here for a long time trying to like broker a deal for septium from the town mayor. Also, fun fact, okay, deep secrets here. I don't think this has ever been talked about publicly. So there's a little trick to this doorway in the patch's programming. What we found was that for whatever reason, this particular door, at higher frame rates, I want to say at like 120 and 144, and certain resolutions maybe, when you would come from this hallway to this room, you would get stuck on this doorway. Like, one of our testers, just like every time he would come through this door because of his settings, he would get stuck and have to turbo out of it. So I believe Jose like super rigged this to where it's very slight, but like at one frame for like a tiny little area on this map, the game actually like default turbo modes you, and it's like completely imperceptible. But that way no one gets stuck in that doorway when they're playing it like high frame rates. It's so stupid. It's really jank. But no one knows. There are a lot of like weird little hacky fixes like that to fix the game's BS. Oh my, 2 handsome men at the same time? Is something wrong, ma'am? Nope, nothing at all, mister. Welcome to Mainz. Please take your time to savor everything our town has to offer. The guy with the jacket is super cute, but the tall redhead looks like a total bad boy. Is there something wrong with her, or... having a lady stare at you ain't the end of the world, Lloyd. I love Amy, she's so thirsty. She does this all the time. Bäckerei, the general store. And this would be Bäckerei, whose name is, means like bakery in German? Polish? I can't remember. But the funny thing is, it means bakery, and it's ironic that he doesn't sell any sort of bread. He sells ingredients, but nothing that's bread-based. Very strange. I love helping Daddy with work. Teddy may be a little rude to our neighbors, but he's always nice to me. You know, someone in town got mauled by one of those things. I believe his story is he's actually a retired miner. He retired and now he does this. He runs this general store as a single parent. No one over here. Look at that view though. Look at the Mainz mountains. Children can't seem to get enough of sneaking into places they shouldn't. I really hope Alec didn't sneak into the mine again and cause everyone trouble. With all the monster attacks recently, I wish he would be more careful. Alec loves to find dangerous places to explore, and it's quite the pain. Why do boys always seem to love finding trouble? Alright. Can we get in here? This must be the entrance to Mainz mine. It's locked. I can't blame them for being cautious after the wolf attacks. I believe we talked to everyone, and the game now gets finicky about how you actually progress the story. Do we just have to walk to the center of town? Yeah, there we go. Give her our first some thought, okay? We'll be in touch real soon. Actually, we'll come ask you about it tomorrow, so we'll expect an answer then. Well, so much for it being bracers. It's Ravach. All it takes is one more little push from us. Almost there, I can see the bonus already. Way to hide, gang. Ravach goons? They're the last people I expected to show up in Mainz. Well, wait a second now. Why the hell were they talking to the mayor? We assumed the bracers were going to help, but the reality was much worse. Yeah, I'd rather they had been bracers. Huh? So that wasn't the mayor's van, but theirs. Ravach has got their hands on Imperial-made vehicles, have they? The question still stands. What business could the Mafia have with a mining town like Mainz? True, I bet they'd rather avoid working outside of town. Not really their MO. All we can do is ask the mayor about it. Hopefully he can give us leads on the wolves and why the Mafia decided to pay him a visit. I like that the music keeps playing. I wonder, did they put a new... No, they did not. I thought maybe they advanced everyone's dialogue. What? You're already back? Excuse us. Didn't you hear me? I can't make a decision just like that. Come back some other... What's this? Oh, my, you aren't the people who we just spoke to, are you? Oh, pardon my rudeness. I'm Bixen, Mainz's mayor. It's fine, sir. We apologize for visiting you at such a stressful time for you. Well, I wouldn't say I'm particularly bothered by it. Who exactly are you folks? Oh, right. Crossbell Police Department, Special Support Section. We came to ask you about the recent monster attack, if you don't mind. Ah, so that's it. You're with the city's police department, are you? At first, I thought you were bracer rookies who decided to swing by Mainz. Yeah, we get that a lot. You see, we already asked around town, trying to dig up information we could. According to what we heard, there hasn't been just one isolated case. You heard correctly. Now, there have been 3 separate attacks in this area. Each instance took place at night, and no one was injured during the first 2. But yesterday, the culprits drew blood. Luckily, he only suffered minor injuries, but the damage caused by the beast is getting worse. As a result, the whole town is too nervous to step outside at night. That's worse than I thought. And nothing came of the Guardian Force's investigation? Zilch. Those wolves, or whatever they are too cunning for their own good. However, the CGF is still the CGF. What do they think they're doing, abandoning us, not solving a thing? Doesn't that just grind your gears? I understand your confusion, sir. Looks like they got a lot to worry about. You probably requested help from the Bracer Guild, huh? Yes, well, before the CGF arrived in Mainz, we submitted a request to the guild. Sad to say, the guild was too caught up in something and couldn't send anyone here. In the end, the CGF was dispatched to Mainz, and I knew full well they couldn't watch over us 24/7, but it must have caught you off guard for the Crossbell Guardian Force to suddenly withdraw this morning. Exactly. It's like my father used to say, when it rains, it pours. Since I had nothing else to lose, I decided I might as well ask the guild for help again. But someone else knocked on my door first. I'm sure you saw them before you came in. You mean Ravach. If you don't mind me asking, what did they want to talk to you about? I don't mind sharing. With the CGF gone, Ravach has offered to become the town's new bodyguards. The beast could attack at any time, they told me. Bodyguards? Them? Interesting. I doubt they're doing it out of kindness of their heart, right? No, they aren't. But they also weren't planning on taking Mira as a payment. Instead, they wish to build a monopoly on our septium operations. A monopoly on your mine? The state government should have the mining rights, shouldn't they? Yes, to ensure that we don't mine too much, we have to abide by government mandates. Because there's an international demand for septium, we can't go overboard with selling it. However, who we sell our septium to is ultimately left to our discretion. For them, playing bodyguard obscures the real objective, controlling Mainz's septium industry. Be that as it may, we still have partnerships we've built up with merchants over the years. No matter which way I try to look at it, this whole thing is a disaster. I'm sorry to hear that. Things seem to be going straight to Gehenna whenever Ravach is involved. Mayor Bixen, how do you feel about letting us handle the attacks from here on out? I think we're capable of cracking this case. Really? Lloyd, are you sure? You said you were the special support section? Is it really smart to rely on the police rather than the CGF or the Bracer Guild? You can trust us with this, sir. If things go according to plan, we can have this solved by tomorrow. Lloyd, was it wise to promise something like that? We confirmed that there are 2 types of wolves present in the case. You really think we'll be able to take down the culprits by tomorrow? Well, we don't necessarily need to exterminate them for starters. From the very beginning, our job was to clear the fog surrounding the mysteries in the CGS report, right? Well, when you put it that way... Without meaning to, we swapped that objective to dealing with the monsters themselves. I have a proposal, everyone. Like that white wolf implied, I think we already hold all the clues to this case. Why don't we try to have one last meeting and brainstorm the entire case? I think that's a good idea. If we try to piece everything together, maybe we'll discover something new. Alrighty, if that's the plan, we should probably catch the bus back to the city. That's not necessary. We can always just stay in Mainz overnight. The inn's guest room is big enough for us to hold our meeting. Someone's eager. Lloyd, if our first case is anything to judge by... You must have realized something about the case, huh? Just like you did with that mess in the downtown district. Yeah, I have. Though I'm not 100% sold on my theory just yet. If you're willing, I'd appreciate your help in sifting through all this evidence at the meeting. We're happy to help. We should hurry and book a room at the inn if we're ready. Oh, this might be the scene. I believe it is. Now, let's try to sort through our information and come up with a game plan. Many details were foggy in the CGF's initial report. We knew about the string of monster attacks, but not much more. Fortunately, our investigation shed light on many of those points. But there's still something important that we haven't been able to confirm yet. I thought we'd gotten everything. Huh? What are you talking about? Let's see here. What has yet to be confirmed? Well, I don't think the den matters, so it's 1 or 3. Should I cheese it? I'm gonna say it's objective. We still haven't pinned down the first thing detectives usually look for in an investigation. The monster's objective behind all this. Yeah, that's a good point. Taking the damage they did at St. Ursula into account, it doesn't look like they did it because they had the munchies, does it? And according to our Morka Village's chief, there's a possibility that all these attacks are a warning from the Divine Wolves, but it's more likely that the Black Wolves are our culprits. Yes, I agree. If that's the case, our search for oh, that's a mistake, that should be an objective, is just as bleak as it was minutes ago. I'm afraid so. Still, it's too early to conclude that everything happened because those wolves felt like it. While it may only apply to the hospital case, the wolves must have needed quite the entry route to reach the roof. It's also strange that they left without damaging anything and seemingly held back. That is peculiar. It would be unprofessional to conclude that it was just the pack's whim. Basically, our motive is hidden from us. That in itself is a clue, ain't it? Exactly, Randy. In these sorts of cases, people generally follow a particular framework. Different attacks by the same pack. I think if we analyze each individual framework, that could lead us to a proper motive. Framework? It's nothing too complicated. Generally, crimes consist of 4 aspects: culprit, objective, means, and result. What do you think would happen if we decided to shift what we knew around? How so? Wait a second, I'll write these out for us to see. Culprit equals, well, this is our current assumptions. The culprit equals the Black Wolves. Objective equals unknown. Means equal Wolves' abilities. Result equals property damage / injuries. Yeah, that's the gist of it. So, how do we go about this shifting you were talking about? Well, how about this? Which one responds to the culprit? Wouldn't it be it would be unknown. So if we're shifting things around, then the culprit isn't actually the wolves. It's actually something unknown. Which one corresponds to the objective? This is the one that always confuses me. So it can't be unknown, and it can't be, the wolves can't be an objective, so it's 3 or 4. And it's 3. It's the wolves' abilities. And what doesn't make this clear is like, this one trips you up, or at least it does to me, because you would think, well, the objective is to cause property damage, but it's not. That's not the objective. The objective has to do with learning what the wolves' abilities are. And which one corresponds to the means? The means would be the wolves themselves. And the result would be property damage. This has got to be it. So this entire situation is really hard to figure out. It's hard to get these right. And this is the one where, like, even in Japanese, it's not very clear. And this is probably like one of the most, I think, criticized things I have towards the entire Crossbell arc, because it's really obvious that Falcom was like experimenting with this idea. There's nothing else like this in Zero and Owl where you have to rearrange pieces like this. It's very strange. The culprit is unknown. The objective is testing the wolves' abilities. The means is the black wolves themselves. And the result is property damage and injuries. That's it. If we go by this, now, rather than the wolves being the culprits, they were the means. And, hold on, let me open this again. Yeah, they're the means. And using the wolves' abilities was the objective? Whoa, Lloyd, you completely flipped the case on its head. So you're thinking that people are behind the attacks after all? If they're able to control the wolves, it's natural to think so. Our only problem is not knowing the exact method of control. Luckily, we have a particular statement that can help us guess their method. From someone we talked to? Oh, I think I know. You picked up on it too? You see, that statement came from Shizuku McLean. The Divine Blade of Wind's daughter will be the key to cracking this case wide open. Shizuku's statement. Well, I was starting to get a little anxious, so I opened the window and listened very carefully. I didn't hear any more screams, but I did hear something that almost reminded me of someone breathing. After hearing that for a few minutes, I suddenly heard what sounded like something jumping. But there's more, I think. There was someone else I heard on top of what I already told you. Something else. For some reason, I felt like I heard a faint whistling sound coming from outside the hospital. Hold on. Was that whistling how they controlled the wolves? Yeah, I think that's likely. Wolves are quite similar to dogs. Their ears can pick up frequencies that the average human ear cannot. Special whistles have been made to exploit that for a while now. Our perps are using a dog whistle, huh? If you train them well enough, you can get warhounds to do damn near anything. Well, it's not like armies use them. It's mainly just Jaegers. I see. Interesting. I think I'm starting to see the dots connect. If this was their method, they'd need a way to transport the wolves around. Wait, did they? I think you're on the right track, Ellie. And I also know a way to confirm my line of reasoning. Tio, can I still contact people on my Enigma from all the way out here? Yes, you should be able to make calls as long as you're in Crossbell State, but... Oh, we giving someone a ring? Yeah, the St. Ursula reception desk. Yes, that's right. Is that so? Thank you very much for your cooperation. How'd it go? It was exactly as you thought. The night the wolves appeared on the roof, there was a Ravachin Co. van parked in the St. Ursula parking lot. They apparently tried to force them to buy some expensive medical equipment. Uncanny timing. But wait a sec, Lloyd. How the hell did you guess that they'd have a van in the parking lot? How do we know they didn't drive there late into the night to order the attack? They couldn't have. If they did, Shizuku's sharp ears would have heard the van. At first, I thought the wolves probably came from the nearby bushes, but something about that doesn't add up. There wasn't a single trace of paw prints on the wooden boxes facing that side. There were, however, visible signs of scratches on the handrails facing the parking lot. The chances that the parking lot was their entry route seem pretty high, doesn't it? I think I understand. Due to the roof being so high up, I never considered that possibility. But if they used the top of the van as a boost, they could have easily made it up there, right? It seems they were quite thorough with their plans. In the end, everything was connected. Their motive must have been to monopolize the septium industry, right? No, maybe that was just a bonus? That's what I'm thinking. Ravage is going all out in their efforts to overwhelm and conquer their rival group, Heiyue. And if they wanted to use those wolves in their fight against them, then they'd have to test that whether or not they can control the beasts. Because they'd be useless if they couldn't follow any of their orders. That's the truth behind all these different attacks, ain't it? Yeah, I have no doubt. To start off, the Mafia visited the village right after the CGF withdrew. Isn't that too strange to be a coincidence? If it's the CGF commander who gave the order, really is... Who gave the order? Wait, what? And if the CGF commander who gave the order really is tied to a Diet member, that's written a little clunkily. Don't you think they probably collaborated on this entire thing? Yes, that could very well be. I knew there was corruption in the Diet, but to think they'd actually go this far. Do you think they plan on going further? Considering they've already conducted combat tests, you'd think it'd be enough. Given how the CGF withdrew, you'd think they no longer want to conduct any more tests. That is super redundant. I'm gonna re-edit that. But something about that doesn't sit well with me. Their actions this time around seem unnecessarily ambitious. A monopoly on the septium industry. If they really wanted that, they'd have to act one last time, wouldn't they? Judging by past encounters with Ravage, I'd say you're spot on there, Teotot. When do you think this supposed attack will occur? Let's see. We know that Mayor Bixen is probably going to contact the Bracer Guild tomorrow. If they really plan on following through on their threat, tonight is their only option. Well, doesn't leave us much choice. We're going to ambush the wolves and arrest the Ravage members behind this, then. We must. There's no overlooking something this big. Should we contact the CGF for support? No. If the CGF takes part in this, I bet the Mafia will get to go home scot-free, given their ties to that Diet member. We have to do this alone. Understood. If they appear, it will most likely be in the middle of the night, right? All the other incidents have occurred late into the night, so that would be a safe assumption. We still have some time left before dark. Should we go over our strategy? Well, if we're running short on supplies, we should take care of that first. Once we're done preparing, let's wait here on standby until midnight. When you are ready to wait for midnight, inspect the table. So you could do that right away. That would be not advised though. This, of course, results in an entire fresh little phase here at night in Mainz. Let's talk to Luca, because I like Luca. Also, the miners are off work now. Mr. Gantz, how can your liver handle getting wasted day after day? I wish he'd just go home after work, but that's a long shot. This is Gantz. Just you wait. I'm gonna win big at that casino someday. Life will be a breeze after that. Hey Marlo, are you even listening to me? Yeah, I am. Come on, man. How long are you going to repeat that pipe dream? Let's go down here. And in here, you'll see that this old woman is actually related to Logie and Amy. They're her grandchildren. And Amy always picks on Logie for being an introvert. His name is what he is. He's Logie. Look it up. And if we come in here and we talk to the guy that got injured, Max, Morton can't come soon enough. I already finished this book I bought recently. It was pretty interesting. Would you like to give it a read? Here, I hope you enjoy it. Back Alley Dr. Gwen, Chapter 3. Okay. Now let's head up here. I feel like there's something interesting to do. Yeah, let's talk to the mine chief. This is Hoffman. There we go. That's everyone by my count. It looks like Gans and Marlowe already snuck away to the bar. Oh well. As long as they're indoors, I guess. Excuse me, what exactly are you doing? Oh, I'm just closing the mine's gate. Monsters like to show up every once in a while, so I've got to make sure no one's left inside with those suckers. Monsters. Lloyd, what's the matter? Something's bothering you, right? Oh, I was just thinking. We still have time before the operation, so why not train here for a bit? Huh, might be onto something there, Lloyd. It's true that we don't have enough time to head back out onto the highway. What are you kids talking about? You see, Lloyd explained the situation and asked if they could be allowed to train in the mine. Huh, that's it? Sorry, can't usually do that. If outsiders went inside and got hurt, as the mine chief, that'd fall onto my shoulders. Oh, is that the case? Nothing we can do then. Hey now, I didn't refuse just yet. Huh? Judging by what's in front of me, you look about as tough as any miner I've seen. If y'all promise not to go crazy in there, I'll make a special exception for you. Seriously? Mighty generous of you. You know, I want to give some payback to those mutts who tore up Max, too. If you promise to get them good, I'd be happy to lend a hand. Alright, give me a sec. Hoffman unlocked the mine's gate. Okay then, y'all try not to get too worn out in there. Oh right, the left gate inside there leads to the abandoned mine. Stay away from there, you hear? Loud and clear. Thanks for the help. No sweat. Well then, I'll leave our wolf infestation in your hands. At any rate, we can enter and exit the mine freely now. Right, let's use this as a warm-up for our operation later. Alright, Mainz Mine. So this is really just a grind area. If for whatever reason, because obviously we're about to do the in-chapter boss fight. If for whatever reason you wanted to get some experience in here, you could. The gate leading to the abandoned mine is locked up tight with a sturdy chain. Oh, there are monsters. I'm actually surprised there's one at the top. I thought they were all at the bottom. But yeah, monsters just hang out in this mine for some reason. See, there's one there. There are chests in here, that's why we're really doing this. Whoops. Aha! I'm actually an undercover chest working for the Chest Police Department. You're busted, Buster. Got one right here. Whoops. This is where I would put my item, if I had one. The real treasure is buried underneath, but you'll never be able to move me. Never! I think there's one more chest somewhere off to the side. All the way in the very back. I believe we're gonna have to come here later again for a quest. Keep up the good work, and you're bound to be a mainstay around here. I believe that one was written by Ada. And that pretty much does it. That's all we gotta see of Mainz in the Mainz mine, for now anyway. Let me get back up here. We're actually gonna... well, we have to stop here. So yeah, whoever called me not actually finishing the chapter in this video, congratulations, you were super right. I underestimated how much talking happens when you get to Mainz. I felt like we made good progress here, like, I did that as efficiently as I could. But it is what it is, you know. Sometimes it just takes a while. But when we pick up next time, we'll start off inside the Der Ziegel, and interact with the table in our room, and that'll bring us to the like in-chapter boss fight, where we'll confront Urvach and their wolf-like monsters. They're warhounds, that's what we call them. They're warhounds. And once we do that, we can end the chapter. So we'll finally get to chapter 2 next time for sure. It's really not that long. It's just, you know, a scene, a fight, another couple scenes, and then we're done. Alright, see you guys in the next one.